Wildbird Aerial versus Mabe Monarch. These are two very popular, beautiful baby carriers that you might be considering, and in this video I hope to help you decide which one's right for you. If you're new here, I'm Emily. I'm the stroller mom. I review strollers and baby gear, in this video baby carriers, from a mom's perspective as a mom who actually uses the product. I'm a mom of 3 kids ages 4 and under, and I've been baby wearing since 2020. I've tried a lot of carriers at this point, over 10 for sure, and I'm excited to help you decide on these two carriers, which are very similar in feel and look and aesthetic, which one's right for you. And if you're not already, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to shop through the links below because I have a discount code and it helps support my channel. So let's start with price because there's definitely a difference in price on these two carriers. So the Mabe carrier retails for $120, and they just as of like a day or two ago now give a $10 off code with my link. So shop through the link below, it auto applies at checkout. There are about 4 or 5 styles to pick from. It looks like they're adding more regularly, but they have some beautiful neutral options and I think a good variety. There's like a black one, a blue one, and then they're like a linen cotton blend. And this carrier can be worn facing out, facing towards you, or on your back. So you have multiple positions, and I'll kind of break down those in just a minute. The Wildbird Aerial carrier, on the other hand, retails for $178 up to like $228, $240, depending on the one you're getting. And they have a lot of different patterns and styles. Most of them are linen. That's kind of like Wildbird's thing. They're known for their linen carriers. And you can wear your baby on your back or on your front. You can't wear your baby facing out. So one of the biggest difference between these two carriers is the Wildbird can hold up to between 7 to 45 pounds. So they're both newborn compatible without any additional inserts. And then the Mabe carrier can be worn up to 35 pounds. But for a reference point, my almost 3-year-old is still not 45 pounds. So she would, and I really probably wouldn't wear her in this style of carrier for how big she is and tall. And it's just, this isn't my preferred carrier for the toddler stage, which I'll do a video on some of my preferred toddler baby carriers. But that is something to note, that once you get into that higher weight, I don't know that that extra 10 pounds is going to justify the price. Both of these carriers are very easy to wash. You can hand wash or machine wash gently and then like lay flat to dry. The Wildbird does have a leather portion to it. So something to note with leather, especially if you have a lighter print, is it may bleed a little bit into your print. I have the green one and I haven't noticed any issues with bleeding when I've washed it. And then my Mabe carrier doesn't have any leather, so it's very easy to wash. So that's the general information comparing these two carriers. Let's talk about what it's like using them as a mom. So this is the Wildbird Aerial carrier. This is the one I got first, and I loved how pretty it was and that it wasn't as expensive as some of its competitors. This was before I discovered the Mabe, but I was very excited about it. I really wanted this carrier. I almost bought it like 4 times. You can ask my husband. It has this little panel here that you can put up or down, like when your baby's sleeping, and it just is a beautiful looking carrier. Now, something I like about the Wildbird that is not the case for the Mabe is it comes with a chest strap for when you wear your baby on your back, and you don't wear your baby on your back till they're sitting up independently or like 6 months plus. And so I think that that is just such a nice touch. It provides more support there when you're back carrying, and I really do like that about the Wildbird. And then to adjust it to like wear with a newborn, which I do have a video on that, you can just, there's snaps inside and you'll adjust them based off of each of your babies, like based off where your baby's at. It's pretty easy to put on. I did find that based off how like the strap comes around, let's see. So you can see it comes around here. For some reason with my waist, I run into the fabric material, and so I kind of have to like force it through. The thing about this carrier is I often, and I know I'm not alone because I've talked to other moms who've had this carrier, it's very hard to get tight enough from a support standpoint. And so because of that, it can hurt your back. And even if you watch like Wildbird's Q&As, a lot of people have a hard time with it not riding up on their shoulders and like it hurting their back. So it has gotten better. I will say the older my baby gets, the weight's more evenly distributed, and also I think I built up those muscles. And I think that is something important to know, is like when you're learning to baby wear, it's gonna hurt your back a little bit because you haven't used those muscles before. So you're kind of building that up and it gets better the more you wear your baby. Now, something that is really nice about both of these carriers is it's the X style. So you put it on your back like this, and then you just pull it around and clip it here on the side. While in general, I do prefer from like a supportive standpoint, the ones where you like have a clip that goes across the back. This is so much easier to put on, especially when you have like a very little baby. I do really like that about this carrier. And then to take it off here, you just undo the strap. And in general, I actually found myself leaving it because I didn't like having to always feed that through, and I would just pull it up. Before I go to Mabe, I do want to say that the Wildbird actually offers 2 sizing. So you can do a plus sizing or you can do a standard sizing. On the plus sizing, the space for your baby's the same. It just has a wider waist strap and like the cross straps. Now, Mabe actually just has one version, but it actually works up to 55 inches around the waist, whereas the Aerial is only 53. So something to know. Now, some things where these carriers are very similar. So they both do the X's. The padding around the waist is very supportive. I really like that on both of these. And then I also like that they have some extra padding where your baby's legs go. So I thought that was very nice, especially like during those newborn stages. Now Mabe. So you have the Mabe, it's like a linen cotton blend. So it does feel like a little softer. Linen gets softer over time. Something I love about the Mabe is they have snaps here, like these beautiful gold detail snaps, and you can either snap them in like this, or you can snap it over depending on like if your baby's awake or sleeping. And I think that's really nice how it secures it where it's just a panel on the Wildbird. I also like the Velcro. It's just really easy to adjust and it gives you can go wider or more narrow. So I think that's a really nice touch. And then I do like that I don't have to thread it through. So I just put it here on my waist, and I'm not having to deal with like getting it caught on that fabric. It's also easier for me to take off, I feel like. Now, it is also a cross, so very easy to do. And I love their prints. It is beautiful. And then you can just easily buckle here. The buckles are very similar on both. But what makes this carrier unique on top of that is you actually can face your baby out. So because you have the Velcro, you can get really deep, like really tight in, and you can do it. But you shouldn't wear your baby out in this position, they say, for more than 20 minutes. And I will say, the more I wear, this is my 3rd baby that I've baby worn, I don't actually prefer facing my baby out, which is crazy because I actually didn't want to buy baby carriers that didn't give me that option. You have 2 options. You can do the X, so the same as the Wildbird, or you can wear it on your back. So this carrier, as you can see here, is more of a backpack style. So there's no strap that goes across your chest. Now, the Aerial has that strap, though some people do lose it because you don't use it when you're not like in the forward position like some other carriers like the Tula. But I just feel like it's not as supportive, just like I don't feel as secure. Now you make it tight so it stays on, but I just think I'm used to having a chest strap and they don't have one. So that's one thing to note on the Mabe. If I could change one thing, I'd probably have a chest strap and even give up outward facing for that. So which carrier is right for you? Overall, I have been really happy with both of these carriers. I think the Aerial is best if you want a unique print or pattern or you like the chest strap. Otherwise, I would go Mabe. It's a better price. It honestly felt more comfortable for me. I find it didn't hurt my back as much. You get that option to face out if you really want it, and I love the snaps. I think the snaps is just such a nice feature to be able to have your baby for when they're napping or folded down. So I hope this video is helpful. Please remember to shop through the links below. If you do decide to buy one of these carriers, I do have a discount code, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.